It stopped abruptly. Welcome back to 123 Podcast. I'm Brant, he's Chris, and this is episode 16. We're talking Raw, January 18th. Lots to talk about. We got Rumble predictions coming later in the show. We got to talk about Raw and some news as Chris pops the top on a vanilla Coca-Cola. It's brought to you by Vanilla Coke. You can buy it at your local grocery store. Also brought to you by Black Cherry Cola, chocolate covered cherries. Just get the regular ones. These ain't that good.
That's the new Coca-Cola commercial. You hold the can up and you let out the biggest burp ever.
So how you doing, man?
Let it out. Make sure you let it all out.
Yeah, just let it all out on the air for the whole world to see or hear.
I'm doing good, Brant, and I'll tell you something. This was a good week for wrestling, more for NXT again. But we have a really good pay-per-view coming up. This weekend.
We have a really good pay-per-view coming up.
That's the Coca-Cola coming up.
Oh, shoot. So, yeah, definitely. We got some stuff to talk about. Let's talk about some news, some interesting stuff. Some possibly sad stuff, well, depending on which side you fall on this. It may not be so sad.
If you just don't care like me, then you're fine completely.
There you go. So we'll start with that. Nikki Bella. Her career is kind of up in the air right now. She's been out for a while with injuries, and she's talking about neck surgery now. She's been posting photos, online, the progress and everything, but she's trying to avoid having that surgery, but it looks like it might be.
If she has it, does that mean she's out indefinite, or does that mean it depends how the surgery goes?
I think it depends on how the surgery goes. I mean, because, Kurt Angle's had several neck surgeries. John Cena's had a neck surgery. It just depends. But, there's certain procedures like what Stone Cold had, and what Edge had. If you wrestle after that, you're risking paralyzation and all that stuff, so I don't know how serious.
What kind of operation did they have, Edge and Stone Cold?
I honestly don't know. I know there's a fusion surgery, and then there's just another kind of surgery. I don't know which one they had. I know, I don't know if you remember Dean Malenko from WCW. Little guy, he came with...
No, I remember Dean Malenko, yeah, I didn't know he had surgery.
Yeah, he's got a big scar on the back of his neck. That's why he doesn't wrestle anymore. He had the same thing that Stone Cold and Edge had. So, I don't know. Whatever that degree of injury is, it's like really risky if you get back in the ring with it. But I think Kurt Angle specifically had a different kind of surgery because he wanted to keep wrestling, so he avoided that kind, which was more invasive. So, I don't know.
But I think it's ironic because we still don't know if Daniel Bryan's wrestling, and that's Brie Bella's husband. Now we don't know if Nikki's ever going to wrestle again, and that's the sister-in-law with John Cena. So it's kind of funny how each couplet's like opposite.
Yeah, and right now John Cena's out too, so there ain't no money coming in that house.
I'll be honest with you, John Cena's set for life regardless. Yeah, exactly. So I don't feel so bad for John Cena, but at the same time, he's coming back.
Yeah, of course he is. Of course he is.
So, I don't know. I feel bad for Nikki. I mean, I like the way she wrestles. I don't hate her. I really don't hate any female wrestlers that are wrestling right now because they really do give 110% of themselves. Yeah. It's just I am glad certain other female wrestlers aren't around so much anymore.
I'm not crazy about the Bella's attitudes or personalities. By the way, Total Divas is back. I haven't watched the new episode yet.
Yeah, but now when you say their attitudes, do you mean their real attitudes, like from Total Diva, or do you mean their in-ring attitudes?
I mean from Total Divas. Some of their, and granted, that might not be totally real either.
Very true.
They could be ramping it up for television. They just come off a little bit
stupid.
Yeah.
And I'll say it for you. They come off completely stupid, especially Brie. She seems really airheady.
Yeah, and a little bit arrogant, which comes with the place that they're at. But I don't know. They rub me the wrong way sometimes, and sometimes they're okay. So it's like, regardless of that, though, I don't wish anybody to be seriously injured like that and have their career at risk and stuff. So, I hope she recovers and everything. And she actually is a good wrestler, Nikki is.
Oh yeah, so I absolutely, I agree with you. I don't watch Total Divas all the time. I watch it when Paige is on it, and I was interested in the Nikki John Cena thing. But Nikki's a glutton for punishment. She'll stay with John until John basically kicks her to the curb, or she cheats on him, he cheats on her, they get married and have a kid. One of the three possibilities is going to happen. It's just a matter of time. And I'm not being mean. This is the circle of life here, people. Seriously, either you get married and have kids, you get cheated on by the boy, or you get cheated on by the girl. Very few relationships stay boyfriend and girlfriend until death do you part, with no kids, no marriage, no nothing. It's a gloomy world out there.
So we went from In the Jungle to Circle of Life. We're covering all the Lion King now.
There's
Everything.
no Summer Rae in this one.
Summer Rae and Tyler Breeze are done because Tyler Breeze is not getting a push anymore.
He doesn't deserve it. I never liked that guy. From day one, I didn't like him outside, inside the ring. He's got that, look at my lip.
Is he a duck facer?
Smell. You know those people that like to go and smell their lip? He looks like one of those people that likes to sniff his lip while he's walking to the ring. I wonder if he puts like that lip balm on that smells really nice, so you just want to all day,
This is some interesting insight into Tyler Breeze.
It's not my fault. I'm just saying I know people who like to smell their lips. I didn't say they were smart people, but I know people.
Should we mention why he's got heat right now? Basically, go ahead. Yeah,
I don't blame Vince McMahon for kind of throwing his arms up in the air, because that's what the rumors are, that Vince basically threw his arms up in the air.
Yeah.
Not pushing Breeze.
The rumor is he left a live taping before it was over. Or a taping. What, were you going to say something else? I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead and then I'll say that part. It's okay. It would fit either way.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you were done.
No.
Yeah, so he basically left early with no explanation, not telling anybody why or anything, no reason. And it's just something you don't do, especially when you're new to the roster. He's basically a rookie that just came up from the minors to the majors, and he's just like, oh, I'll just do whatever I want to do and not worry about the consequences. And
he's also not meshing well, I hear, with the people backstage. A lot of the superstars don't get along too well with him, from what I heard. So he's got a very cocky attitude, I think, in reality, too. I don't know. Am I backstage at WWE?
Right.
No.
Exactly.
Would I mind getting paid to be backstage at WWE?
Not at all.
Not at all. I mean, when we talk about NXT later on, I don't know if you do tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot to say about NXT's
backstage
announcing staff.
Yeah, announcing stuff. Yeah, we'll get to all that. Tune into the next episode.
I feel like I didn't like Tyler. He doesn't have that presence. To me, I look at him and he reminds me of one of those kids that I used to go to school with that I just wanted to not be around.
Yeah. I don't get it either. I think there were other stars in NXT that deserved to be brought up before him, but whatever.
Absolutely.
Speaking of younger superstars getting heat, though, Tough Enough winner Josh, who's now going by the ring name Bronson Matthews, apparently.
Which is weird, but okay.
Yeah. He's got heat because he posted a tweet, I think it was a tweet, kind of bashing the social outcasts. He called them social jobbers. And granted, yeah, I mean, that's funny and that's what we think, that's what we call them too. But the thing is, he just got there. He's got a contract, a $250,000 contract, and he just won this competition, but he's not wrestled on TV ever at all. And he's bashing these guys who've been around for years, and it was Stardust and Kevin Owens, like, tore into him. They were like, "You're blocked from my Twitter. You got no respect," kind of thing. And it's like,
wow.
Yeah, it was like good luck dressing in the hallway because you're not getting in the locker room, kid. It was that kind of thing. It was like, whoa, he just made some quick enemies.
And Kevin Owens, now Kevin Owens in the ring is really, you know his personality in the ring.
Mhm.
But I've paid attention to Kevin Owens' Twitter. He is a really great guy outside the ring, and he always was. You know, he has a family and everything. For him to say you're blocked and you didn't do something wrong to him,
Yeah.
and Stardust, this is Dusty Rhodes' son,
Yeah.
the late Dusty Rhodes.
Mhm.
You are fudged, young man. You
Yeah.
might as well take your $250,000 and try to get into NXT because
Yeah.
you don't do that. You don't. That's like biting the hand that feeds you, kind of
Mhm.
deal. You don't. I mean, I understand he obviously did it because he wants to make an impact.
Yeah.
Maybe he wanted to go after them first. Maybe that's what he thought his first thing was going to be. So he wanted to tweet against them. So when he showed up, he'd be like, "I hate you guys. You're jobbers. Yada yada."
Yeah, but I mean, it's yeah, but the tweeting, it's not in character. That's really them, and I think that's where he got confused, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But there are moments where WWE will give a superstar something to tweet or to post or to talk about.
Yeah, like the whole Stardust Stephen Amell thing. That's a
Exactly.
perfect example. Yeah.
But he wasn't prompted. He wasn't even in WWE
Yeah.
yet.
Exactly. He's still in the training center. He's
Exactly.
not even on NXT. I mean, he's just some nobody that happened to win a competition.
And even then, let's think about it. How many Tough Enough winners stayed in WWE for more than a year?
Exactly. Miz really is the only one that is
And he's not a wrestler.
Exactly.
And he didn't win Tough Enough.
He didn't win,
Tough
right.
Enough. He went to Real World, and then after his popularity in Real World, WWE offered him a contract.
He was in Tough Enough, but he did not win. You're right. He got beat by. He was like eliminated when there was like 2 or 3 more people left. So, and then he managed to work his way back in because he loved the business. So I
He
mean,
made his way back in through Real World. He was on Real World. It ended, and he got a fan base. He really got a fan base for his face.
he did a bunch of reality shows after Real World. He did like Real World Road Rules, and he did all these other things too. But yeah, he always loved wrestling. I remember on Real World, he already created the character of The Miz, and he had like a toy championship belt. He would like run around and like pretend like he was wrestling the air and all this stuff. It was crazy. He was like 24 years old at that time. So
when I was 24 years old, I could promise you, if I was going to wrestle, it would be my brother, and it would be knocking him out in a video as a joke or as a New Age DX skit.
I don't think anybody else would wrestle with him. That was the problem. So it was just he was doing promos and stuff. It was funny. It was cool though because it showed that he was really a fan. So whether you hate him or love him, I actually really respect that because of that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. See me, I love wrestling. I'm not going to lie about that. It's true. We do this show. Would I want to wrestle? No. I'm very good at doing skits and, mic work. I could work that till death do me part. But when you put me in a ring, I don't. First of all, you got to be able to backflip. I can't backflip. I can't even front flip, to be honest. I don't know why. My body just doesn't do the vertical thingy that makes me push forward and then go around. So I'm already screwed right there. I mean, I would probably be like Dean Ambrose if I was wrestling. I'd be the guy that gets knocked out, bumps into the rope, comes back. Even if it's rigged, it would be very hard for me, staged even, to pull some of that. I would come home with broken way.
I always wanted to when I was younger, and I actually thought about pursuing it at one point, honestly. And even I even thought about, well, if I can't take the physicality, I'll just like be a manager or something. I would have liked to have done that.
It's just the traveling that really is a bother.
That's the thing is, I got older, I realized everything that was really truly involved with it. From the physicality to the travel to the basically that becomes your life and stuff. And I was like, do I really want to dedicate my entire life to something like that?
Exactly.
And on a chance that I may not even make it that far. So I was like, it's not really. I'm not that passionate about doing that. Some people are, and that's why we have people to watch. So that's cool.
Well, we chose comic books. That was
Hmm?
our thing. We like writing. And yes, it
Yeah.
involves traveling, but not every single day of the year.
Right. Exactly. So let's see. We got some other exciting stuff to talk about.
Well, you actually brought up Kurt Angle. I would like to
Yeah.
interject
Okay.
2 seconds with Kurt Angle.
Yeah. Sure.
Kurt Angle, we all know he's leaving, retiring TNA. He's on his last tour, so to speak, until he leaves. And WWE, obviously, you mentioned you wanted him to come back to WWE. WWE did offer him something, but it wasn't what Kurt wanted. It was more of a, as you explained to me before the show, it's like a Legends kind of package deal.
Yeah.
Meaning he shows up on some shows, sometimes he wrestles, most of the time he does a lot of talking, and obviously he'll do some pay-per-view work, but that's it. It's nothing like he won't be active like the
Yeah.
active roster. And he didn't like that. So he
Yeah.
basically said, "No, I don't want the legend deal. I want to be able." I got to give him kudos even after what I said last week about him. He actually either you let me perform, he said, or don't bother me.
Yeah. And the thing, there's a little bit more to it than that as well. They were looking at him previously, and he was honest about this, and he said they passed me over last time we talked because if you look at it from a business perspective, and they are a publicly traded company, that from the years 2008 to 2013, I had 4 DUIs. I had to go into rehab and stuff, and they passed on me, and I said I understand that, or he said I understand that because it's business, and they have to be careful of who they bring on. And he said he gave kudos to TNA despite all the flaws there. He gave kudos because they gave him time off to get himself sober and everything, and now he's back on track and that everything. And TNA actually offered him a new contract, and he's thinking about it.
Because
But
WWE is not offering him what he wants. Probably he
yeah,
probably wanted WWE to take him back, but they're just not giving him the deal he wanted.
yeah, he did make a comment, the same comment I made last episode or last week, um, that a lot of people would like to see him come back and have one more run, to finish off his career there. And he said, I don't know, we'll see what happens. Maybe WWE will come back with a counteroffer or something. I don't know. I know you're not a big fan of him, but I still would love to see him finish his career.
After seeing this, I would like to see him back in the WWE just because he's not somebody who's looking just to pop back in like The Rock, give a couple of cameos and walk away. I gotta give Kurt Angle in this case kudos, and I truly do hope he sticks to his guns. And if they don't give him what he wants, and TNA does, hey, look, TNA will be around another year or two anyway. Go for it. And then after TNA gets taken off the air, you're older. That's 2 years from now, or a year from now, or this is Dixie Carter. She's losing her shit as is already. Then it's up to him.
Do you know who the world champion is right now?
Don't tell me her cousin again, or her
No,
nephew.
no. He got beat.
Oh, thank you, Lord. I think. Who's the champion?
Matt Hardy.
Good. I like Matt Hardy.
But as a world champion material, I just don't see it.
Hey.
I don't see it.
Matt Hardy has, out of the two brothers, Matt Hardy I could see as it. Jeff Hardy had a lot of ups and downs. Tag team, yes. Matt Hardy I can see as a champion.
Okay. I like the way you did the Hardys thing there when you were talking about him.
I love Matt Hardy. I didn't like his MFer run where he was a jerk.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy, Mike and I used to watch them when we were doing Brooklyn Boys because they did a lot of, their show was obviously funded, popular, people paid to see them, and they're popular people.
Yeah.
But a lot of the stuff they did was really cool. And it's like, okay, we do our show, let's see what the Hardys are doing today.
I don't know. I still feel like Matt Hardy is the Marty Jannetty of the Hardy Boys.
Oh,
You
Jeff,
know what I mean?
Yeah, Jeff definitely has the life, the real, the problem, though, is Jeff has a lot of setbacks, his problems, his addictions, and if he cleaned up, he could be amazing.
Yeah.
Still,
Oh, I know. Yeah,
amazing.
he can't stay clean or whatever. That's the problem. But Matt, I just always felt like he was the other guy in the tag team. You know what I mean? It's just.
I think that's why WWE gave him his solo run.
Yeah.
Because he needed it. Because it proved he can be solo. Look, it's TNA.
Sure.
I'm going to be honest with you. If it was WWE, could I see him as WWE champion? If they built him up enough in WWE, yes. Currently, no.
Okay. Fair enough. So speaking of TNA and WWE, AJ Styles.
It's been confirmed! I'm so happy!
And the interesting thing is, his last match with ROH is a Ring of Honor is the night before Royal Rumble, and he's headed to where Royal Rumble is taking place. So it is possible that he will show up at the Rumble.
They say he's going to be the 24th contestant.
Oh, is that what they said? Okay. I can see it. Spoiler alert.
No. It's rumor.
Yeah, rumor. It's very possible, though, because, like you said, it is confirmed, and he's going to be there. So who knows? I would love to see that. And we'll speculate more about that towards the end of the show when we do our predictions and everything. I think that's all the news we had, right?
To my knowledge...
Yeah, the only other thing was SmackDown stuff, which comes after Raw. So
right. Oh, AJ Styles, you forgot about the John Cena Instagram with AJ Styles.
Oh, yeah, that was funny. John Cena posted an Instagram, just a random photo, old photo of AJ Styles. I guess he was teasing it or whatever, or, whatever, the reason being. No caption, no words, just a picture. So a few days pass, and AJ Styles decides he's going to reciprocate by posting an old picture of John Cena with the blonde flat top when he was prototype or whatever.
Oh, man.
It was a goofy-looking photo.
Little Vanilla Ice, I call him.
Yeah, exactly. That's what he looked like. So, that's funny.
That was hilarious, actually. I saw the pictures when you shared the link, so I was like... I think AJ Styles won that Instagram off.
I think so.
I actually have to follow AJ on Instagram. I keep forgetting.
Yeah.
Remember. I follow Paige. Roman Reigns, I want everybody to know Roman Reigns does not have an official Instagram. There are like 5 people impersonating Roman Reigns. I noticed because I was on Chris Jericho. Oh, and I follow Chris Jericho. And on Chris Jericho's, there is a Roman Reigns that's always recommended, and it's always a different Roman Reigns.
That's funny. It's like, I'm Roman Reigns. No, I'm Roman. It's like Spartacus.
And it's personal pictures.
That's
One
weird.
person said, how are you getting these personal pictures?
That's creepy. Roman's got a stalker.
Several.
Several stalkers. There's people camped outside his house. Paparazzi.
One thing that I've noticed being a paparazzi, everybody's paparazziing a lot about the Oscars, which has nothing to do with the 1, 2, 3. I mean, this is something for Chris and Bradshaw maybe, but the paparazzi's all over the Oscars right now because of the whole thing.
Lack of diversity.
Yeah, lack of diversity. I agree.
There's a point to it, yeah.
There's a good and a pond. Stop.
Yep.
Chris and Bradshaw. Not today.
There you go.
Today,
Monday Night Raw.
We're going to talk about Raw. And we finished our news. This is not the Golden Globes, and this is not Chris and Bradshaw. I have to say, for Raw this week, the most useless match and a waste of time match, in my opinion, was the last match. Titus O'Neil, R-Truth, Mark Henry, and Neville, okay? Versus the exact same people they've always versed. Stardust, The Ascension, and Tyler Breeze.
I didn't even see this match.
Dude, it's dumb. I promise you, it was dumb.
Seriously, this match was not on Hulu. I mean, obviously the ending segment of the show is the highlight reel.
Right.
So, but as far as the match goes, this match was just not there. So, I'm kind of glad.
Oh, it sucks that it wasn't there so you can see how bad it was, but I've come to the grand conclusion, Ascension will never win a match. Oh, wait, no, Vince, you're watching. Ascension is now going to win their next match. But at the present, Ascension has not won a match in almost a year.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, who was the last people they beat? Was it the New Age Outlaws?
No.
I think it might have been.
Wow, if I was the New Age Outlaws, I'd be embarrassed.
Oh, shoot.
And another match you missed that was really good, though, entertainment-wise, was the Big Show versus Heath Slater.
Yeah.
All of the oh, what would they call? What do they call their faction now? The
Social outcast? Is that what it
social
is?
outcast. They were all out there, and everybody talked. And when Bo Bice finally got the mic,
Bo Bice.
Bo
You thinking
Dallas.
American Idol? Bo Bice.
Bo Bice. Damn, that's a long.
Yeah,
They
that's a
both
long
start
time
with
ago.
Bo. They both Bo. Anyway, that's an anime. Bo Dallas is about to speak. They take the mic away from him. He literally. I love it. I gotta say, for a group of wrestlers that really people want to see just released, they are entertaining as hell. I will say that. Big Show comes in the ring. This big guy, Heath Slater. Come on, and he's running and hiding, and finally Big Show gets him. 1, 2, 3. Everybody, all the social outcasts jumps in to try to, take out the show. Boom, boom, boom. Bo Dallas runs out of the ring. He's like, I survived! And somehow the Big Show got out of the ring. Boom. And he just on the floor. This was the most entertaining, as in funny, match. It made my night before this last horrible end.
So you're basically saying that it's a team of 4 Santinos.
Yes.
Okay.
I remember Santino Marella, and I remember Santina, and we don't talk about her.
No, we don't talk about her.
But that was one of I swear. Did you end up seeing it online at all? Or you still didn't see it?
No, I haven't. I'll watch it after the show.
You totally should. I don't know why, but it was just so entertaining, and I love this is a fun thing that happened. The Big Show's walking out of the ring, and I guess the cameraman didn't cut fast enough. And as he's walking out of the ring, there's a fan who's taking a selfie. Like, he's facing the ring, taking a selfie, as the Big Show's walking past him.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess he caught him at the corner of his eye, because as the guy's like, oh, I missed it, but he's taking a selfie anyway, Big Show stops, backs up, and goes with the guy. The guy's like, oh, this is awesome, and you just see him take the picture.
Nice.
I was like, that was the best Big Show moment in a long time. I loved it because it shows you whether they're in character, bad or good. Big Show has a heart that's about the size of his body.
Yeah,
in reality. And that's what I love about Big Show. I've loved him since WCW. He's an amazing talent, whether he's a heel or a face. He's a face outside the ring always. Did you notice every time a wrestler dies, regardless face or heel, he's the one that's always crying in the background.
Yeah.
Because he feels. He
does. I mean, he's a really good guy. The problem is WWE never knows what to do with him. And so they give him crap gimmick after crap gimmick, and he's just, I don't know. They've just never been able to do him right for a long time, right?
Yeah, I agree, and it's a sin.
Yeah, it is.
He's such a great guy. And he's only got how many years left, do you think? He's been wrestling for a while. I mean, he shaved his head, obviously, because you could tell that that long hair ain't growing back.
No. I'm watching the match right now, by the way.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, there goes the second punch. Oh, there goes the third. Adam Rose off the top rope. Wow. And there's Bo.
There's Bo.
Oh, he missed. Yay. I survived. There he goes. He's running, doing his victory lap. Here he goes around the corner. Boom. That's funny.
Shortest and most entertaining match of the night.
Yeah, I want to see if it does the fan thing. He's walking down the rampway, looking back at the carnage that he's just...
Wait.
Oh, there he goes. Yep.
You saw that?
Thumbs up, yeah. That was awesome. That's how it ended. Cool. Yeah, that was fun.
So cool. I love that match. That match was good. And that ending, I love Big Show. I really wish WWE would do something with him. He's only got 1-2 years left to his, wrestling career before I'm sure he's going to want to hang it up himself.
Let's see how old he is. He is 43.
Okay, maybe, about 2 more years, 45. No. Wow, he's young.
Yeah, he's young. Yeah. He might last a little bit longer than you're thinking.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, I'm wrong. He could last a good 10 more years, maybe. I mean, look at Hulk Hogan. He's 70 something and he's still wrestling.
70 something. He's not 70.
60?
Probably 60. Let's
There
see.
you go.
I gotta look
He's
that up
still
now.
trying to wrestle. Trying.
62. Yeah.
62.
So
That young?
yeah, Flair's that age too, I believe. Around there.
What the hell happened to them? No offense, but what the hell happened to them? Oh, please tell me you saw the Flair, Charlotte, Becky thing where Becky made fun of Rick and she's like,
Oh
"You're just an
yeah.
old man and you're
Oh
a horrible da 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 da." And he's like, "You know what? You want your match? You got it at the pay-per-view." And Charlotte's like,
yeah, that was hilarious. I love that she like used his jet flying kissed him and she changed it and it was really clever. I wish I could remember word for word, but it was really clever. I really like that.
I love that. That was perfect. That was the best part of the Becky Lynch. What match was it? Tamina match. But she
Yeah.
beat Tamina. At least they're building Becky up again because Becky hadn't won a match in a while.
Yeah.
She hadn't wrestled for a while either. So can Charlotte lose the belt? Probably not. I have a feeling they're not going to let her lose that belt for a while.
I was hoping it said word for word what she said, but it didn't. It was if you guys can go back and watch that segment, it was I love the way she changed it up. It was really good. But yeah, the whole thing where Flair was like, "You got it," and Charlotte's like, "Yeah, like you said, exactly." That was funny.
You know what I would laugh if they did, but they
What's that?
might because this is Ric Flair's daughter. The Four Horsemen, only it's four women this time.
They did do that in NXT. From what I hear, it was the three that came up: Sasha, Becky, and Charlotte, and Bailey. Or the
Really?
four horsewomen, or whatever you call them.
Four Horsewomen.
Yeah.
That sounds like
Yeah, I know.
nice video.
Not the greatest name, but
That sounds like a nice movie.
hmm
No comment.
another match that I did not get to see was Natalia versus Brie Bella, which you didn't see either because you walked out
I
of the room.
I walked away. I walked away. I just wasn't into it. I mean, after watching Roman Reigns fighting Rusev, because that was how the night opened up. Because
Right.
it opened up with Vince saying that Roman was number one, or he might be number one, basically hinting he was number one. It was an okay match.
Were those the most terrible promos you've ever heard from anybody? Sheamus, Alberto, and Rusev up there. That was the worst on mic work I think I've heard in a long, long time.
Yeah, I was sitting there, and I think that's another reason why I kind of had to get up, and
Yeah,
I just never went back to watch it. And you said it wasn't on Hulu for Natalia and Brie Bella anyway, but I was
yeah, it was.
bad.
I mean, Roman's not great on the mic, like you said last week. He is getting better, but even he cut. At one point, he cut Rusev off, and he's like, "Just stop, dude." You remember that? He's like, "Just stop." Nobody understands what you're saying anyway.
Exactly, and outside the ring, he speaks very good. Not he has an accent, but his accent isn't as thick as they're doing
Yeah,
WWE. It's not good. And did you
honestly,
notice Lana's not even around much
yeah,
anymore?
yeah. Honestly, Rusev is not good at the ad libbing. So
I
he tries to come off and he just says stupid. You stupid American. And it's just like that. No, no.
You've done that like a million times.
Yeah, come up with some new material. Do something different. And poor Wade Barrett didn't even get to speak. He was just there.
I think he's lucky he didn't speak because honestly, the way they were talking,
Yeah,
it's like, okay, I'm in a burning building. Do I want to add wood to the fire, or do I
exactly.
want to stand here and do the smart thing? He
Right.
did the smart thing.
hmm Yeah, it was bad. So bad. I don't know how.
Isn't he
Shane,
dating one of the divas?
he was at one point. I don't know if he is now. He was dating Alicia Fox.
I think that she still pined for him or something in one
Yeah,
of the episodes I saw.
yeah. She was hung up on him, but he didn't see a future. So, yeah.
Kick him out.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't understand how Sheamus and Rusev are in the spots they are. Alberto can wrestle really well. I get that, but Uh,
You know what I found interesting? Remember how we said we were trying to figure out how they were going to move this belt around? And last week we had the Brock Lesnar back, where it could be Brock Lesnar. This week, again, it was another one of the predictions I said. What if the Wyatts make that push?
yeah,
And they showed up at the end of the night. They popped in the ring when it was Brock Lesnar fighting Roman. Roman
yeah.
took Brock Lesnar down. And then the Wyatts showed up and they took both of them down.
That I loved that segment. I absolutely loved it because, and I mean, not just because it was the highlight reel and you had this back and forth, which was cool, but it was like, okay, this is going to be your typical ending. They're going to fight. A bunch of people are going to come out and start throwing each other over the top rope because that's what they do.
And they
But
didn't.
they didn't do it. It was like the lights go out, the Wyatts, and they take them both out, like you just said. And it's like, oh my goodness, he just made a play for the main event, and it's like, it was just so cool because it harkened back to when Roman and Bray were feuding, and he was like, "Anyone but you, Roman."
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Oh, that was perfect. That was a perfect way to go into the Rumble, I think.
Now it looks like it could be anybody's game. It
Yeah.
could be it could be Bray, it could be one of his kin, it could be Roman.
Yeah. Because you four Wyatts can take out Brock. They just proved that.
Brand, your video went off.
Yeah, I know. Hold on.
Da, 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 da. Your video went off again. Da, da, da.
There we go.
Okay.
Sorry about that. I don't know what happened.
It's like you were talking.
Yeah, I saw it.
And then your audio actually got better. It was like you were right in my ear, and then I was like,
That's funny. Yeah, I saw it blink off, and I was like, but I thought I would just go with it. But yeah, no, I just like you said, it could be anybody now because they've just proven that they can take out Lesnar, which I think was much needed. That
yeah,
needed to be
Brock Lesnar's not a Superman anymore.
yeah. So, and we learned like you've already mentioned, or one of us mentioned, that Roman Reigns is going to be the number one entry into the Royal Rumble.
Mm.
So it really is one versus all, which I kind of love that concept. Even if he wins, which is a huge stretch, even if he wins, I think that says a lot.
He'll do what they did with the women's match on NXT. They'll knock him out of the ring, but he won't go over the top, and then he'll pop back in later on towards the end.
I don't know. I mean, Rey Mysterio did it, and Shawn Michaels did it. It's possible. It's unlikely, but it's possible. So we'll see.
No.
You wouldn't like it?
It might be towards the end that he makes it, but I think it's between Bray and Brock.
Okay.
I mean, no, my prediction is that it's going to be between those three.
Okay.
Who win against those three? I have no clue because everybody who who main event matters, is injured. Because Brock Lesnar is only in a handful of events. Bray Wyatt is getting a push, but I don't think he's ready for like an extreme push.
Yeah.
And Roman could retain, you know what I mean? And he'll keep it for a while longer.
Right. Yeah. I don't know though. I'm still torn about how I would feel if he actually won the whole thing.
Exactly. So other than that, the rest of the matches were just like, I feel like it was a filler night after that because you had the Wyatt family defeating the Dudleys and Ryback, which was showed that the Wyatt family dominate big people. And then you got Sheamus and Alberto Del Rio, the people who can't talk, fighting Dean Ambrose and Kalisto. And again, it was really just Dean Ambrose getting dogged by Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
So, and then Big E versus Jey Uso was just to promote the big tag match that's going to happen at the pay-per-view. So really, a lot of it was either promotional for the events or filler, just to be filler, like the Natalya versus Brie Bella. There was no point to that one at all.
Yeah. So, real quick, before we get into the Rumble predictions and all that, because that, like you said, that pretty much wraps up Raw. One thing I wanted to mention from SmackDown, because you mentioned Ambrose, they was it the highlight reel? No, it was Miz TV. Miz TV.
It was Miz TV.
Yeah, Miz TV. He had Ambrose and Owens on there, and I didn't watch this. I just read the results. So anybody out there in the comments can correct us if we're wrong, but basically a fight broke out between the three of them, which I thought was really interesting because it was Kevin Owens pop-up power bombed Miz,
Mm-hmm.
and then Ambrose did the dirty deeds on Owens.
Yep.
So it became this like triple threat kind of thing, which was kind of neat to see that. I don't know why Miz got involved.
I read it.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it, so I couldn't tell you. When it comes to SmackDown, I truly and honestly, I just don't feel the urge to watch it
Yeah.
anymore. So, no offense.
No.
Sometimes I'm sure the show is good, but
Yeah.
not for me.
Right. All right. So we should talk about the Royal Rumble because we got to make some predictions.
Oh, we got predictions. Yes, sir, we do.
All right. So we're gonna run down the matches and then I'm just gonna rattle them off real quick and then we'll make our predictions. Is that cool?
Sir.
All right. So on the pre-show we have an 8-man tag, and the winning team of this 8-man tag will be in the Rumble match. So it's Darren Young, Damian Sandow, who I've not seen forever, and the Dudley Boys versus the Ascension.
No, versus the Dudley Boys versus Ascension.
Oh, okay.
It's a 4-way.
Oh, you're right. It is a fatal 4-way tag match. So it's whichever winning team gets in there. Okay, I gotcha. I'm sorry. Yeah, versus the Ascension versus Mark Henry and Jack Swagger, which is a weird team. Okay, it's gonna be the Dudleys, right?
No, it's probably going to be Mark Henry and Jack Swagger.
Really? You think so?
I thought we were going to run down the matches first.
Oh, we are. You're right. I'm sorry. Okay. Dean Ambrose versus Kevin Owens for the Intercontinental Championship in a last man standing match. We got Alberto Del Rio versus Kalisto again. For the United States.
You said it the same time.
I know. Charlotte with Ric Flair versus Becky Lynch for the Divas Championship again, and New Day versus the Usos for the Tag Championship again. Yes, and then of course the Rumble match itself, which is for the World Heavyweight Championship. So every single title is on the line. That's the only matches we have are title matches in the actual pay-per-view.
Mm.
So
going back to the pre-show, the reason I think Mark Henry and Jack Swagger are going to win is for Mark Henry to be in the the Rumble.
Well, what I'm confused about, there's only one match on the pre-show. There's always only one match on the pre-show.
Right.
This listing says kickoff match winner 1, kickoff match winner 2. So I'm wondering if the last two teams maybe get in.
Fatal 4-way tag match to qualify for Royal Rumble.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if it's the last two teams that are, like, maybe it's elimination.
Has to be elimination then.
Yeah, I'm confused by that. Somehow, 2 or 4 of these guys
No. Look, listen. Because it's a tag team, kickoff winner 1 and 2 are the tag.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah. Duh. Okay, so you think Mark Henry and Jack Swagger.
Just a Mark Henry. I don't think they're going to put a known tag team because they're not going to want to cause... Because usually this is where riffs are made in the Royal Rumble.
Okay. I am going to disagree with you.
Okay.
And I am going to say that it's the Dudleys. So I'm trying to track our... if I pause for a second, I'm trying to track our predictions here. I'm making note of them.
Okay, that's fine. All right, so we can go into Dean Ambrose and Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
You're tracking it. I think it's going to be Dean Ambrose.
You think he's going to win?
I really think he's going to push himself to win.
Okay.
Unless Kevin Owens cheats. Then it'll definitely be Kevin Owens.
All right, so you think Dean Ambrose.
Unless Kevin Owens cheats.
Yeah. I'm torn about that one. I think it's going to be Ambrose as well. So I'm going to go with you on that one. All right, so Alberto Del Rio and Kalisto. I'm going Kalisto.
I'm going to go Kalisto with you just because I don't care about this match. This is going to be the match where I take the picture at the beginning on Twitter, and then I get up and walk away.
All right. So we got Charlotte and Becky.
This one's a hard one.
I think Becky.
I hope Becky.
Okay, but that's probably more like it. It's probably my hopeful. If I was being honest, I think Charlotte, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and I'm gonna say Becky.
I'll
What do
go
you?
out with you on that limb this time.
Okay.
We're both probably wrong, people, but we're hoping.
Yeah. Okay, and New Day versus the Usos. I'm going Usos.
Damn it! Yes, I want Usos also.
You-
Jeez.
We've only disagreed on one match.
And that's the pre-show match that really nobody gives a crap about.
All right, so here we go then. Royal Rumble. First, let's before we give our prediction for that, let's list the entrants that are confirmed that we know for sure are going to be in the Rumble, and they've only revealed 16 so far, plus the 2 that will be in the pre-show.
Right.
So you've got Big Show, you got Curtis Axel, which is part of the Social Outcast. you got all 4 Wyatts. So, Bray Wyatt, Braun Strowman, Luke Harper, Eric Rowan. You got Ryback, Dolph Ziggler, Chris Jericho, Roman Reigns coming in at number 1. You got Brock Lesnar, Stardust, Sheamus, which it's odd. He's the only League of Nations member that's been confirmed. Kofi Kingston, Big E, and Xavier Woods, all New Day.
I think if New Day loses their match, this is going to cause a rift between the 3 of them.
Yeah, see, that's another reason why I think the Usos are going to win.
Exactly.
So we'll see what happens there. So that's 14 spots minus the 2 from the pre-show, so that's 12 spots left that we don't know. I'm going to guess that the other League of Nations members are going to be in there.
I'll agree, and I think AJ Styles has a spot for sure.
So that leaves 8 spots.
I think we're going to get a shock. We're going to get a shocker legend.
I hope so, and we'll talk about this a little bit more on the NXT episode. But I'm thinking at least 1 or 2 NXT guys might show up.
Samoa Joe.
Maybe, or they might throw in smaller guys to be fodder. We'll speculate that on the other episode.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, you know who else could come in? Kane.
Oh.
He did it before. Don't be surprised.
We talked about Daniel Bryan. Is that a possibility, you think?
Maybe.
That could be the surprise.
Hey, he had to give his championship up when he got hurt. Would you be so upset if he came back and he, upset won?
I would not have a problem with him winning. I think fans would. I really do think fans would riot if he came back and lost.
I agree.
I really do. I think if Roman Reigns won that match and Daniel Bryan got thrown out again, that's going to kill Roman Reigns' momentum. It's going to kill him.
I agree. I 100% agree.
I think the only reason that Roman Reigns has been able to build that momentum is because Daniel Bryan's not been around. And I like Roman Reigns, but I'm being honest. So.
Oh, no, I 100% agree with you. So maybe it's a good thing if Daniel Bryan comes back.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we'll see.
So I think it's going to come down, not knowing if Daniel Bryan comes back. Brock Lesnar, Bray Wyatt, Sheamus, and Roman Reigns.
I can see
out of those 4, it's a toss-up. Because we said this. It could be Brock Lesnar. It could be Bray Wyatt, and then Brock Lesnar goes after. Because he's been really aiming towards Sheamus. So Brock Lesnar could be feuding with Sheamus next.
Yeah. The thing is, the tricky thing is with this Rumble is, usually the winner of the Rumble is automatically going to WrestleMania. This time it's not the case because there's another pay-per-view in between them.
That's right. Oh, dude. You know who could come back in the Rumble? We're both so dumb. Triple H. Remember? Vince said he'll sting him right in the ass.
That's true. That's very true. That could be so many possibilities. If that happens, Triple H might win the whole thing.
No, I don't think he'll win. I think he'll throw Roman out. I think he'll screw Roman. And that's going to be the main event for WrestleMania, him versus Roman.
That's possible. So then what do you do? Bray versus Brock? That seems...
Bray versus possibly Brock or Sheamus even. Which nobody's going to really enjoy.
No, not at all.
That's a problem. I mean, maybe Triple H will come back and maybe, somehow Roman will still win. And
maybe
it'll be a feud for the paper. It'll still go to WrestleMania. Like, Triple H will try to take the belt away from him by force.
maybe Bray wins the Rumble, becomes champion, and loses it back to Roman at the next pay-per-view, and then it's Roman versus Brock at WrestleMania.
But then who fights Triple H? Or Triple H isn't a... If Triple H isn't a factor,
yeah. If Triple H is a factor, I agree with you. It could be Roman versus Triple H at Fastlane instead of WrestleMania, though.
That's true.
Or they could just wait and put it at WrestleMania. It could be Roman Reigns versus Triple H for the title at WrestleMania.
That's what I meant.
Oh, that's what you meant. Okay. There's so many possibilities. I don't know. So who do you think, now I'm going to put you on the spot now, who do you think is actually going to win the Rumble?
My vote's going to be in for Roman because I believe he hasn't held the championship long enough. But there are so many. The problem is so many of the top wrestlers are, injured. So many of the winners, the possible winners, are injured, like John Cena and
Orton.
And, Orton, I think he's going to be done soon. And what's his name? Wow, why did it leave me? I was going to say it, and then you said Orton, and it threw me off, and now I don't remember. He was a champion.
There's a lot of champions. Seth Rollins. Oh yeah. Yeah,
there's so much potential, and all the potential is gone now.
They've lost a lot of big players recently. Yeah, you're right. So but it leaves the field wide open for like we're going to speculate on the NXT episode to bring some people up and really mix this up and as far as Kevin Owens could be in the Royal Rumble too. That's a possibility.
Very possible.
Dean Ambrose could be in there. We don't know.
I can see Dean Ambrose.
Yeah.
Especially if he loses to Kevin Owens, I can definitely see that.
So it's hard to tell right now, but it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be fun, this Rumble, because we don't know. Even though I agree with you. I think Roman's going to win. So we kind of have an idea, but at the same time, it literally could be anything else.
True.
So I'm going to have fun with this. I really am. I'm excited.
Oh, me too. I'm very excited. I can't wait. And we're going to be doing not a live show. We're going to be doing a video the night of Royal Rumble. I don't know if you're going to watch it live, but as soon as Brant watches it, we'll be shooting an episode immediately. So it'll be up probably Monday morning, Monday afternoon.
Right. Yeah, before Raw, definitely. So we can get our thoughts in before that happens, the aftermath.
Right.
So. Yeah.
So that's it for Raw and the Rumble predictions.
Yeah, and that's it for this episode of 123 Podcast, as a matter of fact. Longer episode this time, only because we had to talk to Rumble. So, there you go. Tune in tomorrow for the NXT episode where we'll speculate even further about the Royal Rumble and talk about some NXT stuff coming up and some news there, too.
Oh, we got some big news.
Yeah.
See that I found out today.
Mm-hmm. So, until then, check out everything else we're involved with. Got anything to add? Comic Frontline, Zone 4 Podcast.
Comic Frontline, Zone 4 Podcast, Last Ember Press.
Just said all that.
Dark Avenger. There's a lot of links in the description below connected right to all the awesomeness that is Dark Avenger. One day there will be a big announcement about Dark Avenger. Waiting a little longer, right, Brant?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. So, but till that announcement, it's Dark Avenger C86 stuff. Check it out all over.
And where's Mattel? And, of course, check out the next episode of 123 Podcast. And watch the Rumble.
And don't miss the Rumble.
Don't miss the Rumble. So, until next time, see you guys. Bye.
This has been a Gonzo Goose production.